This is the F7GB2. It's a drone with a 3-axis gimbal camera that shoots in 4K. At least that's what they say. Anyways, I do want to thank Bwine for sending this out to me to check out and review. And let me just start off by saying that they also gave me this travel charger, which is really awesome. But yeah, let's take a look at this thing first. So this drone reminds me of the old DJI Phantom drones. I actually like how the propellers are set high on the drone because it stays out of the shot, and how the legs are designed like this because I can launch this drone on uneven ground. I've noticed that newer drones are nice and small, but it does so at the expense of being set really low to the ground. So much so that even grass can keep me from launching some of my drones. The camera is an 8.2 megapixel 4K camera with a 120-degree ultra-wide angle lens. Now in case you were wondering, even though they say that this drone can shoot in 4K, I shot everything in 2.7K. And that's because at 4K, it can only shoot at 20 frames per second. Yeah, 20 frames per second. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with 20 frames per second. So in order to get usable footage that wasn't going to be choppy, I had to shoot in 2.7K in order to get 30 frames per second. Don't even ask about any other frame rates because those are your only two options. As for how it looks, well, I definitely wouldn't say it's a great image. And I noticed that when I was just hovering in place, the whole shot was vibrating or moving, or I don't even know how to explain it, but you see what it's doing here. As for pictures, it has that vintage old school security camera look to them. Check it out for yourself. I'm not the kind of person who pixel peeps, but for fun, let's zoom in on this shot where there was a person walking along the path. And yes, that is a person. It looks like the camera is trying to digitally sharpen the image, and it's creating this glow around the person. And in this shot, it's winter right now and the trees don't look great to begin with, but when we zoom in, it looks like one big blotch of brown. It has a 3-axis gimbal for stabilization and has a level 6 wind resistance. It was pretty stable when I was out flying it. The drone comes with 2 rechargeable lithium-ion batteries that last about 25 minutes each, so you can get a decent amount of time in the air with both batteries. They take about 2 hours to fully charge and have a built-in USB-C port on them. It has a 9,800-foot transmission range, which I wasn't able to test in my area due to local restrictions, but I got a good distance away without any signal breakups to my surprise. It has a couple features that I tested out, like image follow, where you draw a box around your target and the drone will hover in place and track the target. You can see me put the controller down here to chase my dog down. She's old and just roams aimlessly at this point. I also checked out GPS follow, where the drone will move and follow the controller around. It did alright until the battery dropped to 24% and decided that it didn't want to look at me anymore.
Drone low voltage.
It has a return to home function where it'll return to the spot where it was launched.
Return home.
It was close enough. The drone weighs 550 grams, so if you're in the US, you'll have to register it with the FAA. It does have remote ID built in. The way you connect the controller in your phone to the drone is a little different from what I'm used to. Usually there's a cable to connect the controller to the phone, but there's no cables here. You start by pairing the controller to the drone, which takes a few seconds. Then you connect your phone to the drone via Wi-Fi. If you think you're going to be able to launch and start getting some shots, there's one more thing you'll have to do. You'll have to calibrate the drone every time you turn it on. The main thing that's hindering this drone is this camera, which is obviously going to be a big part when deciding what drone you want to buy. Now I did have my DJI Flip with me when I was out flying the F7GB2, and here's a quick comparison. Image aside, the Bwine was pretty fun to fly. The controls were responsive and there were wind speeds of about 13 miles per hour that day, and I was never worried about the drone being pushed around. So the Bwine starts at $399 and the DJI Flip starts at $439. Now I would say to just save a little bit more and get the DJI, but if you can find the Bwine at a much lower price point and want to pick this up, here's what comes in the box. Here's the packaging. Let's open it up. Everything is in this plastic bag. User manual and quick start guide are here in the top, and let's take the carrying bag out. It has a pocket here on the side to put stuff in. Let's open it up. First we have the controller. The phone holder flips out, and the grips fold down. Antennas here on the top, and again no cables needed here. Here's the drone, but there's a couple other things here first. We have a second battery here, and extra propellers. Finally, let's check out the drone. There's a propeller guard on top, and here's the biggest gimbal cover I've ever seen. Let's open up the arms. And here's how it looks like opened up. Here's the other battery already in the drone. The camera can detach from the drone. That gives me hope that they come out with an updated camera. Let's put that back on and fold the arms back in. And that's everything. Oh yeah, and real quick, let's check out the travel charger. So this is a 65-watt charger that you've probably already seen or owned something similar to this. It has 3 outputs here on the front, 2 USB-C ports and a USB-A port. It has a max output of 65 watts, so it's powerful enough to charge something like your MacBook Pro. Nothing really special here. On the back is the flip-out prongs. It's a Type A, which you'll find around the US and other places. Now what makes this different from other chargers is if you're traveling and need a different plug type, you usually have to swap the plugs around. I've bought a few and I've lost some adapters when I've been out traveling. It's even worse when I lose a US adapter. With this charger, you don't have to swap out the Type A plug. Just take out the adapter that you need and slide it over the original plug. This is so smart, and I don't know why travel chargers haven't been made like this before. Unless they have and I've just been missing them, which wouldn't surprise me. The charger comes in this case, which is honestly a little bulky for what it is. I usually just pack the charger and adapter in my bag and leave the case at home. It comes with 2 adapters, a Type C and a Type G. It also comes with a USB-C cable. But yeah, this is my favorite thing that Bwine has sent to me. Anyways, I'm gonna go take my dog for a walk. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's been walking all around here while I've been making this video. See ya. You wanna go outside? Alright.